Hi everyone, Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and iOS 18.5 has been out for about 2 months exactly, a little over 2 months, and we're getting close to a new update, and I believe this may be the last time I may cover this update as we have a new update to expect, which I'll talk about at the end of the video. But as per usual, in this video, I will give you my overall experience running iOS 18.5, where I talk about my battery life, battery health, and performance, as well as run the Geekbench score, and share that during the video as well. Now, first, yesterday, Apple released, or the day before that, Apple released the iOS 26 public beta. So, if you haven't already, the public beta for iOS 26 is out. And also they released beta for a re-release. This was expected, but if they would have released the update on Wednesday, then we wouldn't have had a re-release. Or maybe we would have, because Apple changed the build number of 23A5297I to 23A5297M. That's on the public beta and the beta for re-release. I'm not running those betas, but I do know that build number from the YouTube videos that I've watched. Now, as far as my overall experience running iOS 18.5, well, the experience is pretty much the same. We've been using this update for 2 months. It's been the only public update that has been out. And there's been no iOS 18.5.1. If I go into podcast here, we wait for it to load. Everything loads up nice and fast. Everything works as it should. If we go do some scrolling in the app library, everything works the way it should. If I go ahead and check my battery life, well, quite surprising, my iPhone just dropped to 80%. This is right at the threshold of where I might need to get my battery replaced if this device goes to 79%. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to upgrade soon, but right now this device is at 80%. It's getting close to that below 80% threshold. But with that battery life, since I just started using this device, it's calculating it more properly. I have 18 minutes screen on time and 15 minutes of screen off time. Now I'm going to go ahead and share my battery life on the iPad and run a Geekbench score. As far as my battery life on the iPad, if we go into settings, I'm going to go down to battery health here, wait for this to load. Again, it's calculating it more properly because I just got up and started using these devices. It's calculating my battery health or my battery life at 5 minutes screen on time, 1 minute of screen off time. It's calculating that more correctly this time, whereas before it would say I've been using it for like 2 hours, which has been incorrect when I started using this device. Now, as far as some performance on the iPad, we'll go over that a little bit. Performance is great on this device. This is an iPad Air 4th generation from 2020, and performance is pretty great. Now I'm going to go ahead and run a Geekbench score. Geekbench completed, and on my iPhone, we scored 2,055 for single core, 4,630 for multi-core. If I take a look at how it was last week, we scored 2,054 for single core, 4,697 for multi-core. And on my iPad, we scored 2,094 for single core, 5,108 for multi-core. And if I take a look at it last week, we scored 2,094 for single core, 5070 from OT Core. As far as what's next from Apple, well, this is what I meant by when I said iOS 18.5 I would cover for the last time. That's because this coming Monday, we are expected to get iOS 18.6. Last week, that was not beta 4 of iOS 18.6. That was the RC. But Apple had a typo in their update page and it said beta 4. That was the release candidate according to the Apple website where it showed the release notes and the YouTube videos I've seen. And that makes me believe that on Monday, July 28th, we could see iOS 18.6. That's this coming Monday within only less than 2 days. And of course, I will make a video on this update. While it is small and there is nothing, no new features in it, it's an update for people that want to get off of iOS 18.5 because we've been using this update for 2 months. While personally, I haven't had no bugs with the update, I do want a new update to mention, and all of us have been using this update for 2 months, unless you've been running the iOS 18.6 betas the whole time. I have not been running the betas, but if you have, then you've technically been using the update before I have. But I've been on iOS 18.5 as I don't typically install betas yet. I'm planning on it, but I don't as of yet. But on Monday, July 28th, we can see iOS 18.6 released to the public, and I will have a video about that update when it does come out. Now, the week of August 4th, which is going to be in 2 weeks, I would expect iOS 26 Beta 5 and iOS 26 Public Beta 2. I would expect those updates the week of August 4th. And in fact, I would expect us to be on a weekly schedule at that point. So usually after Beta 2 or Public Beta 2 and Beta 5, we would then jump to a weekly schedule. So we would have iOS 26 Beta 5 on the 4th, Beta 6 on the 11th, Beta 7 on the 18th, then Beta 8 on the 25th. Then we would have nothing the week of September 1st with a final release or an RC the second week of September with the final release expected hopefully on September 15th. And as usual, I will cover it on the channel, but this will be the first time covering a major iOS update on the channel. One that's bigger than any point update because there's a lot of features to cover in iOS 26. We have liquid glass and new features from a lock screen, how you can make the time really big on the lock screen. We have a lot of features that I myself am looking forward to covering in iOS 26. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And I look forward to installing iOS 18.6. I will not have a prepare to update video tomorrow because this update is so minor that there is nothing in it. But still, if you do want to know how you can back up your iPhone really quickly, you would then go to your name, iCloud, and iCloud storage. That's typically what you do, and also make sure you have enough battery. So that's typically how you would prepare your device. But I usually do these videos before certain point updates, but not this time because there really isn't no features in this update. It fixes bugs, so there really shouldn't be too many problems for you to back up your iPhone or downgrade your iPhone or anything like that. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.